Hey, what's up guys? So here I have two of the most popular assault rifles ever. And I know assault rifles, the term is kind of stupid, but these are semi-automatic rifles. On the right you have an AK47, which isn't an AK47, we all know that. And on the left you have an M4, which I know isn't an M4. But for the purposes of the video and keeping it simple and what people classify these firearms in, we'll just call them that. So on the left, the M4 is sitting there really nice and pretty. And, you know, even though I seem to think it's the more ergonomic of the rifles, it is the most ergonomic of rifles. Well, as far as comparing it to the AK that's right next to it. This isn't going to be like an AK versus AR video. I'm just going to show you my two rifles and what I think of them, why I have them, and we'll just talk a little bit about that. So, all right, stay tuned, guys. Alright, to begin here, we have the AK47. And this is no ordinary AK47, this is the M7. For those of you that are subscribed to my channel, I already know that. But I just making this video in general for the public and everybody, or anybody who's going to be interested in watching it. This is a M7 that took its life, as which is now, you know, my interpretation of what an AK should look like. And that is with the milled receiver and wood stock and handguards, slant muzzle brake. That's just my interpretation of a classic AK, and I like it. You know, for AK, I went old school, and for my M4, I went modern. Everything's modern on it, from the light, the rail, you know, the sling, scope, and everything is modern. You know, anti-rotation pins, battle lever, magazines. It's modernized. I don't really like the classic ARs per se, more than I do like the classic look of an AK. The AK is just a much sexier rifle in its natural form. I seem to think that when you put a lot of stuff on an AK, you really defeat the purpose of what an AK was built for. And that was to put rounds on target, rounds on man, rounds on anything trying to do you harm. And let me flip these rifles around for you so you get a look at the other side. Alright, so here's the look at this side. You'll see that the AK is somewhat modern because it does have a rail, you know, to put a scope. And it's got the 90-degree gas block. I can't do nothing about that. I'm not going to change that. But I will live with those things in order to have this awesome AK. I love the way the stocks look right now in their natural form. I haven't refinished them. I will refinish them in the future, but right now it's just how it's gonna be. And with the M4, I went really modern on a lot of things. You know, from the rail to, like I said, the handguards and scope and all that good stuff. Because it just serves a purpose. It makes the M4 really functional and allows you to be really quick with it. Mag changes, obviously the M4 takes that, and I'm not going to say the AK is a slouch. You can change the magazine really fast. It does take a little bit more practice. An AK, for those of you who aren't really familiar with it, a lot of you watching this video are, but the AK to me is something you have to master, including the sights. You have to know how to adjust them. It's not as easy as an M4. You have to know how to adjust them and what you're looking at. Get the side picture. The side picture on the AK is a little bit cruder than it is on the M4. Cruder meaning you don't have much to look at from when you're looking at your target. Which, like the M4, the peep sight type, M4 style, especially with this mag pull setup, it's a really clean picture. You can see your target, you can see the post, you put it in the center, and away you go. The M4, I mean the AK, is you're trying to put a post in between a narrow margin on the back, which is a slot cut out on the leaf spring, and it's really covers a lot of the target. Basically covers half of your target. That's why for an AK you kind of have to set it up for a 6 o'clock hold, which an M4 you can set it up for point of aim, point of impact. That's why, well, at least I set up my AKs for 6 o'clock hold. So basically put the target right on top of the sight, and away you go, start pressing your shots. But you know, my reasoning for having both of them is because I like having both of them. I love the AK, I love the M4. If you can have both, why wouldn't you? There's a lot of people that say, well, I only have an AK, well, I only have an AR. And these are my only two battle rifles, as I like to call them, battle axes. I've had a lot of rifles in the past, but the M4 I built myself from parts. You know, I built it all from scratch. The AK I didn't. You know, I kind of fitted the wood, but that's really not building anything. Mess with the muzzle brake, but that was just because it was that's a whole other video, which I do have a video on. If you want to subscribe to my channel, do so. But let me see, what else could I say about this. I mean, they're just both iconic rifles, and they're both used in today's military and home defense across the world daily. I mean, these rifles save lives, and it's really not the rifle, it's the person doing the life saving. But these rifles aid in helping save lives from really bad people. Even though the AK has a bad rap of being a gangster gun and stuff like that, I really think that you can judge a rifle by the person behind or the person holding it. You know, you can't really judge the rifle as per se as something that's evil and demonic, because it's just, you're not doing it justice. They're both pretty similar in size. The M4 has an adjustable stock, so but I have them pretty much set up where I like them. The eye relief on the sights, which the AK, you know, is debatable because the sights are far forward. They're more scout sights than they are rifle sights, and you can say that they're even pistol sights in a way. Because if you extend your arms with the pistol, your sights are pretty much at AK level. So they're not hard to aim with. You just got to know how to use them. You got to master it. You got to master reloading this rifle under stress. It's not as easy as an AR, but it's not difficult. And there's other rifles that are much harder to change the magazine out than an AK or an AR. So they're pretty slim profile. They're not really thick rifles. They're not really bulky. And I just think that you should give yourself the opportunity to try to own both if you can, or if you're decided on what AK to get. I couldn't tell you, but I like Arsenal. I like the M7 Milda rifles. That's what I chose to go with. Even though I had a little bit of problems with mine, I still think it's one of the best, if not the best, milled rifle on the market being produced in today's economy. So, alright guys, I just thought I'd make a little video here for you guys, and I'll give you a top view here before we leave. And I hope you enjoyed watching and looking at these beautiful firearms. Alright, so here's the top view. And you can see I went pretty standard on the flash hider on the AR. But it does have the light and the sights, which help you bring the target to you. That's a 1-to-4 power scope. And on the AK, it's just pretty much stock sights. It's a rifle it's meant to be used. Both rifles are meant to be used, but the AK is really it's got everything on it, on its person basically, to aid itself and keep the fight going. I don't have a cleaning kit on my AR or M4 like I do on my AK. My AK has its own cleaning kit. It's got a sight adjustment tool. I can do stuff on the field that I can't do with an AR, but an AR, some people might say, well, you don't need to do that kind of stuff on the field, or if you don't have the tools you need, you know, you're not prepared and you should have them. So that's up for debate. That's just opinions of other people. And my opinion is I keep my rifles pretty well maintained, and if I need to fight with them, they're ready at what I need them for. So alright guys, y'all have a good one. I appreciate everybody watching the video. Hope you like this video and rendition of two iconic battle rifles. And we'll see where life takes us and see what happens. But I'm really enjoying these two rifles as of right now. And you guys have a good one.